God has really been speaking. I just watched JWTV's video, and I'm going to recap on some of his stuff, and I've got a couple things that I want to add. This information just came out. Starting January 2025, the system will undergo a nationwide rollout, ultimately replacing the National Fire Incident Report system as the primary incident reporting tool for fire and EMS agencies nationwide. NRFIRS will remain operational until early 2026 to allow for a seamless transition period. Okay, the transition period for what? Well, let's see. Let's all see what's going on, especially with this election. National Emergency Response Information System launches. Okay, and this is what it did. All right, and then so this alert, it's going to end up being worldwide. We have 2 months before inauguration, and this is when the system is going to start getting into play in inauguration, around Trump's inauguration time. So the big deal is right now we know that Kamala is still in charge. They're still going to tear the country down. They still have plans up their sleeves, even though many people don't want to believe it. They are going back here, starting in January. Trump is planning in that his term in 2025 for the Project 2025 to take off early in the year. Okay, why would he need that? Well, they're national, martial law, things like that. Is this speculation? Well, let's find out. So right now, the sources tell me that Barack and Michelle have just boarded a private jet and are leaving the country. Why on earth would they be leaving the country unless they know something is up? Let's see. There she is. The he, she, whatever it is. Okay, and then we've watched the movie Leave the World Behind, okay, which the viewers think Obamas are sending a warning, okay, because we've seen the ship crashing, that's had White Lion, the power outages, the emergency alert system, so on and so forth. You getting my drift? Okay, and this is what he said. Obama's remaking of America, it's over. The hyena has finally been expelled from the Pride Lands. Okay, so they're fleeing, and the evil look in that man's eyes makes me shudder. So Obama has tried to warn us what was coming, and we all seen the symbolism with that movie. Okay, and we started seeing bits and pieces of that this year start coming out into fruition, right? We just seen, there was power outages. We had an alert system that went off. Wasn't anything to the extreme. We had hackers, so on and so forth. All right, and so the National Response Information System launched on Monday. This was just 8 hours ago. Okay, and the system is a cloud-based platform that will provide fire and EMS departments and first responders with more accurate and actionable post-incident information. The NERIS captures incident data and provides an analytic tools in near real time, and it will replace the legacy National Fire Incident Reporting System data system in early 2026. Fire and emergency departments will use the old system. Okay, so let's keep moving on. And so Alex Jones posted, breaking, top economic forecaster reveals the deep state plans for staged protests in D.C. that forces Trump to call in the National Guard. Okay, the thing is, Trump isn't even in right now office, right? But he's still acting, okay? Thinking, he can still do what he wants, because all of these higher up leaders, they're all in this together to fulfill Bible prophecy, okay? And in order for Trump to turn vile and because right now we're in this peaceful transition, they're out of chaos, or this false peace and security, as they say, sudden destruction will come upon them. And that sudden destruction would be because of the rapture. It would be because he turned vile. Okay, as travail upon a woman. Okay, Revelation 12 sign. It all is so fitting with the time. And so the staged protests, they've had Antifa already in Seattle immediately get arrested for saying, that they're going to kill. And so they were immediately arrested. And the way that they did it, they said they were just staring. And it was, you could tell it's staged, it's planned. And so the Seattle PD arrest Antifa members near formal Chaz zone amid election night. Okay, and then we have the lawmakers moving quickly on NDAA after November return, and we know that these people have big money. They're dealing with what what is it? The arms, the military, the equipment and things like that. Okay, and then the Biden-Harris administration reportedly send $6 billion to Ukraine before Donald Trump is inaugurated. The economy is done. The damage is irreversible. That's why there has to be a biometric system. That is why they are going to have the mark of the beast, because everyone can comply to that. Everyone out of, the order out of chaos, they are going to have this new system up and running with Project 2025, which Project 2025, anybody who went against Trump is going to either one, be killed, or two, be arrested and put in jail, and they're going to be fired. He made that very clear. And those who sit there and say that he didn't know about it, he knows quite well about it, because the whole thing is revolved around him. And I've even made a video about that statement of him, and behind the scenes that they didn't know that this agent was recording them. Okay, it's leaked information is what it is. So we need to be vigilant. We need to be ready, and we need to see the times that we are in. This is not over. Here, let's keep going. And so the sources tell me they have just boarded a private jet and they're leaving the country. See, there's more proof right there. And this is a statement, but listen to this, statement by President and Mrs. Obama on the 2024 presidential election. He's not president, but he tends to think that he is. And I know many people believe that he's coming back. And I'm just going to say this. The Bible clearly states that there are going to be many antichrists, but there's only one world leader. You're going to have leaders that you have the 10 kings, you have the horns, you have, which actually I'm going to read some information to you after all of this, biblical information. And he said, over the last few weeks and through election day, millions of Americans cast their votes not just for the president, but for the leaders at every level. Now the results are in, and we want to congratulate President Trump and Senator Vance on their victory. This is obviously not the outcome we had hoped for, given our profound disagreements with the Republican ticket on a whole host of issues. But living in a democracy is about recognizing that our point of view won't always win out, and being willing to accept the peaceful transfer of power. And I love how he put that, the peaceful transaction. There's not going to be peace. Okay? Order out of chaos. That's the only way that he's riding in. And he's riding in hard. This is only the beginning. You watch. Okay, and the rest of it, Michelle and I could not be prouder of Vice President Harris and Governor Walz, two extraordinary public servants who ran a remarkable campaign, and we will always be grateful to the staff and volunteers who poured their heart and soul into electing public servants they truly believed in. You know that she passed now in Florida that you can kill a baby at 9 months. As it's coming out, you can kill that baby. That's flat out murder. She is for that. No, I'm not okay with that. Absolutely not. I struggled having my pregnancies, and children are like everything. They're innocent. And also they approved recreational marijuana, which is neither here nor there. But this just goes to show with these riots and things, what's getting ready to be implemented. She still has the power. Remember that. The horror about she has to bring the destruction of Babylon. What comes after is that vile person, the Antichrist, comes in to fix the mess. You see what I'm saying? I've even said this in my other video. They all of these are working together. They knew this was going to happen, but what she's going to do, she's going to destroy from within. So he's going to turn around and quote unquote fix the problem with the mark of the beast, with these other systems into play, which yank and pull out our constitutional rights. If you don't believe me, well, then you guys need to start researching for yourselves, because the proof is in the pudding. The rapture is literally very, very close. Anytime, guys. So let's continue. Now, this is Kamala Harris talks to young people during her concession speech. This is disturbing. To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I'd often say, when we fight, we win. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. Don't ever give up. Even Obama said that it's going to be a red Christmas or a red dawn. Yeah, that's what he was talking about. And I believe all of these have been prophetic warnings, and I believe all of them tie into the end times as being beasts, dragons, the antichrists, plural, not antichrist, because there's only one that's going to do that. But we're going to talk about this in a second before I get ahead of myself. So anyway, so it says, and only when it's dark enough can you see the stars. What does that mean? That means lights out, EMP, electromagnetic pulse, boop, gone. And they can do that in the dead of winter. And the Bible states, pray your flight not be on the Sabbath or in the winter. Now, that, yes, was pertaining to the Jews, but it also pertains to us now. Remember, because Jew and Gentile alike, once you're born again. And being, that Jesus died for us, and now the separation is just, there's neither nor Jew or Gentile. We're the same. It's free, and then there's slave. There's sin, and there's life. Salvation. So this is a clear message of what is going to happen, and I believe it's going to happen in the dead of winter, because a lot of people are going to freeze to death, and this is going to be a very, very bad winter. Even the weather forecaster, look at this weather right now. It's manipulated, and it's been controlled for a long time. Not in every aspect, because obviously we know that Jesus is coming, and that there's a pole shift. Obviously it's real, but this is also manipulated so that it fits into their agenda. And you have to remember, with the second moon and the sun that they have out through China, the Project Blue Beam, remember this, that there is no light in the darkness. So they have to create light through their darkness, through their dark times. So that's why they have these false simulations. Okay. And now, I'm going to talk about something. Trump appointed Elon Musk, right? Now, I'm going to read you guys some information about this. Something that was really interesting in regards to Elon. This is in Revelation 13, 11? Then I saw a second beast coming out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, but it spoke like a dragon. It exercised all the authority of the first beast on its behalf, and made the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, okay, whose fatal wound had been healed. That's not Trump, is it? And it performed great signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to the earth in full view of the people. Because of the signs, it was given power to perform on behalf of the first beast. It deceived the inhabitants of the earth. It ordered them to set up an image in honor of the beast who was wounded by the sword and yet lived. The second beast was given power to give breath to the image of the first beast, so that the image could speak and cause all who refused to worship the image to be killed. It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. That is very serious, and you know why? Because the beast works side by side, and I showed you in scripture how the Satan, the lawlessness is already here, the son of perdition, right? Who's already doing the workings of Satan. And so he's doing the workings. He's of man right now. He is full flesh man. There is no anything impure, okay? As we can see, surfacely, he's fine. But when the beast enters him, he turns vile. And I truly believe that he will turn vile as soon as he gets inaugurated. I don't see a term of peace because we are in that period right now. And I've been showing scripture over and over and over again. All right. And so now I'm going to read you guys this. And with Elon, he's the one that has created these robots. He's the super soldiers, and he's going to be behind the mark. I 100% believe that. And he's going to make sure that everybody gets this mark, that they are able to worship it. Why? Because it's going to get implemented. Why not use this system? You get so many points in how this system's going to work by social credit score. I'm going to sit there and explain what this is. Say that you've been jabbed and you have your full card. You got all of them, the boosters, all of it. They're going to give you 100,000, points a month that you can spend. It cost 50 points to get a loaf of bread, 75 to get a thing of pop. But you only have so much to spend. They control it, and they can deny what you can and cannot buy. Now, you're doing this system for a minute, but wait, that's not enough. Now, you're going to have the mark. And without that mark, you're not even going to be able to use this system. I have you labeled. Okay, all these people that have been, took the jab, all these people that have complied in their ways, they're going to get treated. But those, they're in our data system. I know you, and you that have took it. But I'm going to come after you because you did not. Elon. And I believe that. And that's why he's got the Starlink, okay, up in the sky with the satellites and all this other stuff. He's very smart. He has Tesla. Oh, and leave the world behind. There you go. Tesla's all stop. All right, I'm going to tell you guys something else. So with a worldwide emergency, you got to think about this. All governments are going to lock down. To encounter their common enemy, all wars will cease. But nothing will ever be the same. Okay? Not even after, 2029 or 2028. And that's when they will usher in that 2030 Great Reset or before, so that they're talking about that with this order, right? And it's not going to be by their hand. It's going to be the God of chaos, the destroyer of the worlds, which is going to change it. And out of chaos will come that order, a one world order, a new world order. And out of the order, chaos, comes, which is the new world order. So this is true. So the 33 level masonry author, Ingersoll, wrote as a series, it seems the last president being the last, And the first was titled The Marvelous Underground Adventures of Baron Trump. His best friend underground is named Dawn. The illustrations are spot on Baron. And so if you check them out, both at the Library of Congress, they're real, and maybe before 12/21/12, they weren't, but they are now. So right now we have this system that has to get put into place so that it can be implemented, right? So he's going to turn vile, but he's going to do it peaceably by intriguing the people. He's going to do it by first bringing in his Project 2025. He's going to run that for a while. They're going to have that biometric system, into place, and then it becomes the mark. This is fact. No matter what happens, Jesus is still king. He is coming. And you guys really need to start researching. You really do. Because we are in the final hours. And I don't know how much longer we have. See you there in the air. God bless.